All right, today we're jumping into a really cool new concept that could totally change how businesses run, the AI operating system. The best way to think about it, imagine hiring a digital chief operating officer, one that literally never sleeps and sees everything. So, why is this becoming such a big deal right now?
Well, to really get why we need this, you first have to look at the reality for most businesses. Honestly, it's often kind of a controlled chaos, right? A total maze of different tools, tasks, and information flying all over the place.
And it all boils down to this one simple, powerful question. It's the thought that keeps owners up at night. At any given moment, do you truly know what's happening inside your own company? The answer, way too often, is a shaky no.
This feeling of uncertainty comes from a few classic problems. First, there's what you'd call tool sprout. You know the drill. Your customer info's in the CRM, your conversations are in your inbox, key numbers are in some spreadsheet, and none of them are talking to each other. This creates these knowledge bottlenecks, where maybe one or two people know how things really get done, which makes training and quality control a nightmare. And the result of all that, painfully slow follow-ups with leads, and just absolutely zero real-time visibility into what's going on.
Now, this isn't just frustrating or a minor inconvenience. This kind of operational chaos has a very real, very tangible cost.
Let's just be blunt here. Every missed follow-up, every delayed answer, every single decision you make with half the information, it's a leak. It's potential money and opportunity just pouring right out of your business, day in and day out.
So, if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, this is where the whole idea of a digital chief operating officer, or digital COO, comes into play.
An AI operating system is this digital COO. It creates a single pane of glass, one central place that pulls everything together. It soaks up all that scattered knowledge, puts repetitive tasks on autopilot, and, this is the most important part, it shows you exactly what needs your attention right now.
So here's the crucial mind shift. This isn't about adding another app to your already messy toolkit. No way. This is about bringing on a new digital team member whose entire job is to make sure the business runs like a well-oiled machine.
Okay, sounds great, but how does this digital brain actually work? Let's peel back the layers and take a look at its core components.
A really solid AI operating system is built on 4 key layers. You've got the knowledge graph, the agent workflows, an insight hub, and a command center. Let's break down what each of these actually does.
First up is the knowledge graph. This is the foundation. It's the system's memory. It literally reads and understands all of your company's documents, from your most complicated SOPs to simple FAQs, and turns it all into one giant searchable brain for the entire team.
And here's a perfect real-world example. Instead of a new hire having to track down a manager and wait for an answer, they can just ask the system a super specific question like this one. Bam! The knowledge graph finds the exact right procedure, instantly. That bottleneck we talked about earlier, it's just gone.
Okay, next up we have the agent workflows. So if the knowledge graph is the brain, these are the hands. They're what actually get the work done. We're talking about AI-powered automations that handle all those tedious, repetitive tasks. Things like sorting new leads, sending out collection reminders, and managing project checklists.
The third layer is the insight hub. Think of this as the eyes of the system. This is your mission control dashboard. It tracks all your key performance indicators, your KPIs, in real time. It'll alert you if something looks off, and get this, it even gives you a daily digital COO briefing that tells you what happened yesterday and what today's priorities are. Seriously, no more digging through spreadsheets.
And finally, the command center. This is the voice of the whole operation. It's one unified inbox where the entire team can see and manage all the emails and chats. The really cool part is that it uses the other layers to give you context on every conversation. And it can even send out proactive updates to your clients automatically, keeping them in the loop with zero manual effort.
Okay, the technology is impressive for sure, but what does this actually mean for a business's bottom line? Let's look at the actual results.
The first huge impact is on sales. Businesses using this are seeing, on average, a 15% increase in their pipeline conversion rate. That's a massive lift in revenue, and it comes from the same number of leads just by handling them instantly and perfectly every time. And here's why that's happening. The system drove a 30% faster response time to new leads. You know, in a world where speed wins every time, getting back to a potential customer nearly a third faster is a massive competitive advantage. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. The bar on the left, that's the typical delay in a busy, disconnected business.
The bar on the right shows that immediate automated response from an AI OS. That huge gap between them, well, that's where sales are won and lost.
So, how does a company even get started? Well, it's not like you just flip a switch. It's a structured process that starts with an assessment to build a clear roadmap. That's followed by a launch sprint to get the core system up and running, and then you move into managed operations to run and refine it.
Which brings us to our final thought. As this technology gets more and more accessible, it really poses a fundamental question for every business owner out there. Is having an AI copilot, a digital COO, going to shift from being an advantage to being the absolute standard for running a successful business? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us.